back, bitches. And I don't want to hear I'm acting different.
Oh, BB. Shout out to all the cry bullies out there. What's up, everybody?
Every Bora?
What's up, everybody?
Only
It's
Boras.
too early.
We say hello to Bora and Bora only this morning. Bora,
come on, Maxie.
Hey, everyone. I'd like to remind you, if you saw the season finale of Failed Save, Bora's going through a lot right now. So good morning to Bora and Bora only.
Hey, Maxie, let's go on a trip. Oh, yuck. It's the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And boy, oh boy, it's Monday.
It is. And a lot of things happened over the weekend since the last time we saw you. Look, it's only been 2 days since we saw you.
And listen, it feels like an eternity.
It does.
Give me your hand, BBs. Give me your hand.
You should probably take it. He'll just hold it there.
Give me your hand. My record is 7.5 hours.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't know about you.
In the live studio audience, Soto83 has to submit a drug test in about an hour. Fucking Golden Seal tea and prayer is what I recommend to you, depending on your situation.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, they might be fine. They
might be fine, but hey, if you're not, Golden Seal tea and prayer. And if not, maybe you've got a good friend who will let you strap a Ziploc bag of their urine to your thigh.
I would like to say, for legal reasons, that we don't recommend that.
No, you'd like to get an IV bag if you can, because the plastic, because the Ziploc bag, as much as they say that it zips and locks, it's gonna leak, and then you've got a friend's urine all over your leg. And hey,
no, Anthony, I've never done that.
And hey, we don't kink shame here. But maybe you don't want a friend's urine all over your leg. And in that case, you want an IV bag if you can find one. Speaking of leaks.
G Soto said they're fine. That's great. No need to have friend's urine on your leg. We're happy for you. What a strange comment that you chose to respond to first thing in the morning, Anthony.
But did you hear my good segue? When I said, speaking of leaks? Trying to host a show here. Jeez.
If you think for 1 second this morning that I am going to deal with this.
Oh, because we had some big leaks, some friends' urine strapped to your thigh-sized leaks.
Anthony, I will leave, and this is my apartment.
I know. And then squatters' rights, I'll own 2 apartments.
That's not how this works.
No? That's okay. Neither one of us owns. So really, I was flexing in a way that we can't flex. I would have 2 leases.
You click off that spreadsheet before you press that button, I swear to God.
Let's see how I can do this timing here. Let's see how I do with the timing of it.
What do you mean? Why?
Let's see how I do with the timing of it.
You're in control of the button. There's no reason
I know. Let's see how I do.
Terribly. That's my NDI.
I know, but mine is lit up.
Yeah, well, yours is not working.
Yep, roll that intro.
Stop pressing buttons.
Roll that intro.
That's not my fault. You're pressing buttons. Fix your NDI.
I didn't push the intro button.
The intro button was already on. You didn't turn it off when you switched scenes, Anthony.
Roll that intro again. Roll the intro again. I don't like the energy in the room. Let's do it. Roll the intro again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Here's how you pass a drug test with someone else's urine.
I am going to leave.
Did I mess it up?
Yes.
Did I mess up the second opening?
Yes.
Is the energy no different?
No.
Same energy?
Same energy.
Speaking of leaks, why is it not doing?
I don't know.
Oh well. There it is. Yay.
Well, no news.
Oh, well, no news. Battlefield 6 images have reportedly leaked ahead of EA's big reveal of the game. Now, here's what I'm going to do.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna show you the leaks. And so what? Right? Like, look at this. That's your leak? These are your Battlefield leaks?
Okay. It's a game.
I mean, ostensibly it's a game. We don't know. Based on those two screens? Who knows? Battlefield.
Yeah. It looks like there's a field there for battles.
Takes place in a world. Hey, leakers?
Anthony, please. Oh my God. Anthony.
Hey, leakers, if you're going to leak something good.
Yeah.
You theoretically put yourself in danger of, I don't know, losing a job, losing press access, whoever you are. You potentially we're going to get yourself in trouble for this picture of a hill? This is literally the hill you're going to die on? That's it? If you're going to, don't bring these weak leaks into my house.
No weak leaks around here.
No weak
Not
leaks
to be
into my
confused
house.
for WikiLeaks. Only WikiLeaks.
Or wiki feet. What's your wiki feet score, do you know?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
You don't have to put it on your resume when you audition for things?
No. No, I don't.
I'm not on WikiLeaks. I'm not on WikiLeaks, man.
WikiLeaks?
WikiFeet, man.
Ah.
I'm also not on WikiLeaks. Thank God. Because if y'all knew half the things. Whew. Here's the thing. Battlefield 6 is already something I'm not super interested in. I'm thinking, oh, leaks, big deal. Not only were there leaks, somebody took the time to AI upscale these images of these leaks. They're being shared everywhere. EA's freaking out. Leaks.
Put the EA in leaks.
It's a picture of an island.
Get it?
I did get it. Did you want a high five?
Something. Something.
Anyway, leaks. There was another.
It's an okay leak.
It's an okay leak. There was a second leak this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I should be excited for this one. You know?
Okay. This one is that a new Elden Ring clip makes it seem like maybe another game coming? Or not another game, another the game coming in what? Go with me here.
I'm going with you. Another game coming.
Game coming in April of 2022. The game coming in April of 2022.
Well, yeah, so here's what happened. There's this leak if you want to go down to that clip. This is the leak. Once again, if you're going to leak something, don't bring this weak shit into my house.
Also, how does Elden Ring keep getting leaks?
I feel like this is just based on the stuff down at the bottom, the text down at the bottom. I feel like this is just another clip from the clip that was leaked before. This is just another off-screen clip from the same session. And here's the thing. Get this weak leak shit out of my house.
No weak leaks.
You're going to take the time to leak that? And that's all it is? Cold War spies would have been insulted by you.
I just feel like if you're a game developer, right? If you're the person behind Elden Ring, and you just keep getting leaks, at some point you're just gonna have just you release something then.
Yeah, it's really weird that From Software hasn't shown anything.
Give us something, because clearly they're just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna keep taking things because you're not showing us anything. And I get it. You want to wait until you're ready to show things, but like.
Also, I feel like a From Software game, showing it before it's ready is like showing 18 things T-posing and crashing. Like a From Software game right up until release, I would imagine is the most busted shit there's ever
I would love
been.
to see that. I wish that game developers would do that. Like the way that Bug Snacks has gone back and showed us a lot of the like weird things and like things that didn't make it into the game in production.
Yeah.
I would love it if a game before it released was like, hey, it's not done. Here's a little piece of what it looks like right now while we are still fixing it.
It's like
Isn't this hilarious?
8 polygons that like crash into each other, and then the whole dev kit locks up.
Right.
In response to this leak, Kadokawa did give us something. They said that Elden Ring will probably release before April 2022.
Okay.
So we've got less than a year left until Elden Ring. And they did say, they did confirm that this is COVID-19 related. These are delays, and other unnamed titles have been delayed as well. We gotta, here's the thing. We gotta give everybody, we keep saying it, but the athlete's foot year really threw everybody off. Everything's moving a little slower. Things are just starting to ramp back up. You got to give people the benefit of the doubt, except for 343. 343, if you're not making the game, just let us know.
It's okay. You could tell us.
If you decided not to, that's cool.
It's all right. Games are hard to make.
We want you to be happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do you.
We do want your honesty.
Mm-hmm. That's all we want.
We would like that. Other things that I feel like a game who has done a good job of just giving us little pieces as they go along, even though the game is still forever away.
Well,
they just give us a little bite just to keep us held over.
They're giving us little pieces only because it looked like the entire game was going to disappear because half the staff left. That was when they started giving us stuff.
I told you it wasn't going to go anywhere.
We're talking about Dragon Age 4.
We are talking about Dragon Age 4, which we got a little bit of new concept art for the Grey Wardens.
Now, I don't know what this means. I'm not a Dragon Age person. We've discussed this.
Yes.
I've tried. It's not for me. I'm happy that everybody wants to fuck the bad elf. And
How did I talk about solos like that?
And I hope you all get to fuck the bad elf. But I don't know anything else about it. Wasn't one of their voice actors like super racist on Twitter or something? And he did like a bunch of racist stuff in his character's voice.
I do not know.
Or am
I did not see that.
Else? Live studio audience, if I'm thinking of something else, let me know.
If that happened, I was unaware of it. The Grey Wardens are an order of warriors that were in place to hold back the Darkspawn. And that's cool. It's it. That's it. It's just the image. Like, that's it.
I mean, knowing what I know about just words, Darkspawn sounds bad, so hooray for the Grey Wardens. If I had to take my knowledge, my previous existing knowledge of words, I would say Darkspawn's bad. You want to keep the Darkspawn out. You know what you do? A little vinegar. You mix a little vinegar and soap in a spray bottle.
The art's okay. I think it's the least interesting piece of art that we've gotten so far from Dragon Age. We have gotten some really pretty things, and obviously we have that beautiful cinematic that showed us a lot more of not the game because it's a cinematic, but at least the story and the characters. This one's fine. Look, the Grey Warden's just kind of knights.
Yeah.
Like, it's really like standard medieval. So I'm like, all right.
But this was everywhere. Like, this story was trending everywhere. It was huge. Why do people love the Grey Wardens so much?
Well, mostly we're just simping for Dragon Age news. We'll just take anything they give us.
Gotcha.
We're just like, oh, thank you. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Thank you for one image. Oh.
Surely an age of dragons.
Yeah. We were here like, Dobby, can I have a talk?
Hey. Resident Evil 8.
Yes, the demo is out right now. Have you played it yet?
Have you? Because you can play it for exactly 60 minutes.
That's for a week.
You have 1 week to play exactly 60 minutes.
Which will lead you right up to the release.
However, if you engage hacker mode, if hacker mode turn on, you can get around the 60-minute timer. And a lot of people have. Basically, the time demo thing, a lot of people are not into it. They think it's ridiculous. I think the time demo thing is a little ridiculous myself. Certainly remove the demo. If you want to remove the demo when the game comes out, fine.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, you have 1 week from 7 to 10 a.m. on alternate Thursdays. It's like parking rules to play this Resident Evil
it's like trying to
demo.
get around street cleaning
Um,
and like permit parking.
So, Capcom originally, if you remember, was only going to let people play this. It was only going to be a 24-hour window. And then the entire internet went, that's dumb as hell,
They
Capcom.
were like, hey, we have jobs and sometimes we don't get time to. Could you give us a little more time?
So they did. They gave a week.
That was nice.
And then people were like, yeah, but here's the thing. What if I want to just keep playing it?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, please don't. And everybody was like, oh, but we will.
Yes.
But we will. So modders have found files that you can change and remove, and you will have a continuous 1 hour to play the game. Nobody has figured out how to play as the tall woman yet. That's the hack that we all want.
You think it's hidden in the code?
I think...
If I made the game, I would hide it in the code.
I think...
Like Luigi.
The power of a collective internet fetish...
Yeah.
cannot be underestimated or overestimated. Cannot be estimated. It is unmeasurable. And I think people want to be stepped on by the tall woman, and they also want to be the tall woman.
Yeah, see, the problem is if I am the tall woman, she can't step on me.
What if it's like a weird camera perspective where you control the tall woman, but it's from your POV, and you can make the tall woman do anything to you in your POV?
That gets too creepy for me, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, that crossed into creepy territory.
Huh. Why?
Yeah, if we're hacking a game that's not supposed to do that, to
Yeah.
make a character that's not supposed to be sexualized, there becomes a weird moral dilemma for me of,
I think we're too late. I think the character has been sexualized.
I understand, but somebody in chat gets me. I believe it. I believe that somebody in chat will get it. That
I
there
mean,
is
it's fine that it's your line. I
there is
sort of
something
get.
weird there about controlling from your point of view. Like, that's just VR porn, and like,
Yeah.
I would rather do that with. I would rather not.
But if she is scripted to step on you at some point in the game, that's okay.
Yes.
You just don't want to make her do it.
Correct.
It's an agency thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. We have
Got
to draw
it.
the line somewhere where we start remembering to not completely take the humanity out of even digital things, because as robots progress further and further and become larger parts of our lives, we're going to deeply head into Westworld.
Mm-hmm. 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 Do you think a
Anyways.
Switch Pro is coming?
Yeah, I think a Switch Pro's coming.
See, I thought that a Switch Pro was not coming. I thought there was no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when you look at the monthly sales figures and you see Mario Kart 8 is still in the top 10, there's no reason to make a new Switch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like the machine is printing money. And it just doesn't feel like a Nintendo thing to do while the machine is still printing money to make a new machine. Feels odd to me.
Interesting. See, like that story had the opposite effect on me of having games that are still in the top 10 that would easily play. I mean, as long as it's not like you have to buy a new copy of your games. All right, the games are coasting. The games are not rising; they are coasting. So how do we get people to spend more money on Nintendo?
New games. I mean, that's all.
They're always doing new games,
Yeah,
but at
but-
some point, people are going to get distracted with their PlayStations when they can get their hold on them, and
Sure.
their Xboxes.
But making new hardware is a huge layout in cost.
It is.
Especially for manufacturing, especially right now when supply chains are the way they are because of the athlete's foot. And if you can make a Breath of the Wild 2 and everybody buys it, and more people keep buying the old Switch because you released Breath of the Wild 2, why would you make a new Switch? Like, I couldn't see it. But Nikkei, the very good Japanese publication, agrees with you, Saige. They say that a Switch Pro is coming. Nikkei says that the company is ramping up production in anticipation for a higher-end model.
See, I think that the majority of Nintendo people already have a Switch. Of the people who are going to buy it for Breath of the Wild 2, already have a Switch.
but you don't make money off of hardware. Like hardware doesn't make money. Nintendo makes a little bit of money off of hardware, but they make the most money off of software. And like keep selling the software.
Yeah, they're going to keep selling the software too. But I don't think that I think that you can't say they don't make money off of selling Switches.
They make very little money off of selling Switches. Nintendo is the only company historically that makes any money selling their hardware. Everybody else sells their hardware at a loss. But the real money that everybody makes is through their software development and through their online store.
So in the first 6 months of 2020, the Nintendo made 291 billion yen, or 2.79 billion American dollars, in operating profit on Switch consoles.
Now that's operating profit for everything that year. When they say operating profit through its first 6 months of the year
on Switch consoles.
The sentence doesn't say that. It says Nintendo has made $2.7 billion in operating profit through the first 6 months of the year, period. Nintendo also expects to sell 24 million Switch consoles. So that's a number of Switch consoles, but a number of dollars for operating profit.
But with that in mind, a lot of people already have their console. The console is doing well. They do make a profit on it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'll need to buy a Switch for Breath of the Wild 2 because I have the first Breath of the Wild on Wii U. Whoa. I forgot they even put that on the Wii U. That's interesting. And like Chaos Them in chat was like, my battery's dying fast. My screen is discolored. Like it's time for an upgrade. And yeah, like my Switch has not gotten enough use, but I think at a certain point I'll probably be somebody who upgrades.
Yeah. It makes sense for them to do it the way they did it with the Switch, I think, though, which is mid-generation. Like, because right now everybody's still waiting to get their hands on a PS5, to get their hands on a new Xbox. You don't want to release new hardware when everybody's already scrambling for new hardware. They released the Switch like 3 years into the last generation. I don't know. I don't see it, but Nikkei says that it's probably happening, and I think it's interesting. With nearly 80 million consoles shipped as of December 31st, 2020, the Switch looks certain to become Nintendo's best-selling home console ever, which means it will outsell the Wii, which everybody had a Wii.
Everybody had a Wii.
The entire world had a Wii.
It was a family console.
Yeah.
I also wonder if part of that is because a lot of households are multi-Switch households, whereas like very few were multi-Wii households.
That's true.
A lot of people that have multiple kids will have multiple Switches around because of the like, take it in the car, be quiet in the airport, hand them their little Switch or their Switch Lite. In other news, hey, who's excited for Mass Effect?
Oh, me. I am.
I'm very excited for Mass Effect. We've only got a few more weeks until Mass Effect, and we already know that the day one patch is bigger than Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. That's a big patch.
It's a big patch.
That's a big patch. They say that the patch has already appeared on PlayStation servers. It's bigger than the individual file sizes of any of the games. And maybe that's a good thing.
I mean, if you think about it, they're saying that the patch is 10 gigs or something like that.
Yeah, 11.8 gigabytes.
11.8 gigs, and then the individual games range between 9 to 10.5 gigs. I guess if it's a day one patch for all 3 games,
yeah,
that's like 3 gigs each, which is, I've downloaded bigger day one patches than that.
The Cyberpunk 2077 Day 0 and Day 1 patches were 43 and 28 gigs.
Wow.
And they still couldn't make a playable game.
Wow. It's wild to me because you buy, like, let's say you buy a Mass Effect Legendary Edition. You get your fancy with your helmet. You throw in the discs, and then you have like 2 hours of downloading or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I mean, I know we talk about game preservation all the time, but it's just the day one patches, the huge day one patches like that are so wild to me because years from now, those discs are going to be worthless.
Yeah.
Because they're broken.
Yeah. The game in itself was not done on those discs.
It's
haven't bought
crazy
a
that
physical
like
game in so
complete
long.
games really don't ship very much anymore.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like they're working right up. I think mostly about the developers when I think about that. Like the people who are working literally right down to the wire. You hear about that with movies these days too, with like digital delivery to theaters.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, we were working on a scene like right up until 24 hours before premiere. And it's like, why?
That's terrifying.
That's so scary.
I agree with Lee Green Griffin in the live studio audience. He said digital versions needing a day one patch is madness.
Yeah.
It's hilarious that they can't just update the digital version that you're gonna get. You haven't got it yet.
We
don't have it yet.
Because they have to approve it for system cert like weeks beforehand, just so they can get listed in the store. And then they can't just change the app that's in the store. They have to release an update and then get the update certified as well. So like our processes are still strangely antiquated for getting these things on the store, even though the development process is now like crazily right down to the wire.
Yeah.
So weird. Whoa, Lars says that the discs don't contain the remasters; they contain the originals. Is that is he goofing?
I think
He's
that's a
goofing.
goof.
He's goofing.
Pretty sure that's a goof.
He's goofing. He's saying you put in the
XD.
original, you download the patch, and it becomes the remaster.
New
I love
game.
that.
In business news,
We are a business show.
we are. Anthony has a street MBA,
That's true. Got it from the streets.
and I passed the bar in the state of Virginia, so I will once again give the legal advice. So he cannot tell you how to pass a drug test, but I will tell you that Epic Games bought ArtStation.
This is fascinating. I don't fully understand it. Integrating ArtStation into Epic Games and Unreal, I guess. I don't know.
It has to be like for Unreal or Core or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't. What do they get out of it? They get the street cred? I don't understand. Like ArtStation, if you haven't been, is where
what do you
like
get your street MBA for?
yeah,
The street cred.
well, but also for the business acumen. ArtStation, if you haven't been, is a place where concept artists just like show off their sketches, their portfolios. It's weird because immediately my mind goes to, oh, this is gonna turn into a place where you just show off stuff that's made with Unreal or with Epic tools, but Epic says that that's not what's gonna happen. They're not interested in that. It's very strange.
Yeah,
I
it
wonder
is
what they
very
get from it.
interesting. I just wonder if, like, for instance, it's such an industry standard for artists who work on games to have their portfolio on ArtStation. I wonder if it is a matter of like making it easy to put things that you have made in Core and Unreal into ArtStation, making that like a smooth process that just helps ArtStation, like helps people who would advertise on ArtStation or put up their portfolio on ArtStation to like maybe come make some stuff on Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly helpful to show off Unreal stuff and kind of put it in the spotlight for them, but I don't know. I don't know what I would have to know more, I guess, about what the total percentage of like artists working with Unreal tools is versus other tools, but out of all the things that Epic has bought, and they buy a lot, if Epic doesn't buy it, Tencent buys it for Epic.
Yeah.
And this one I don't understand as much.
They did specifically say ArtStation is going to continue operating as an independently branded platform.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, that's reassuring. But also, we don't trust a big business.
Nope.
We do not.
There's one thing I learned on the streets. You can't trust a big business. You can't trust them at their word.
No.
Konami.
It's true. Konami has proven that. Remember when we thought maybe they would hang out with us at E3?
Konami. Konami has decided to back out of E3 2021. You remember a little while ago when we were talking about the attendees of E3 2021. And we were like, well, a lot of big people are still coming, even though it's all digital. And
Yeah.
it seems
Absolutely.
pretty
There'll
cool.
be some fun announcements.
Konami says that it has a key number of projects in the works to share with fans, but they have opted to pull out of E3 2021, much like Nintendo, Sony, and EA. They say due to timing, they will not be ready to present. They're in deep development on a number of key projects. Please stay tuned. We have great respect for the ESA, and we know that 2021 will be a great success. We will continue to support the ESA and wish the best to all participants in this year's show.
What's very interesting is they didn't say they were coming back in 2022, whereas like that like Nintendo's like we don't do that anymore. Sony's like we don't do that anymore. They didn't say like we're done with that. And in the statement from the ESA, they were like we support our partner Konami's decision, whatever, to participate, and we can't wait for 2022. Interesting.
Yeah, the ESA said it. Konami didn't.
Exactly. They were like, yeah, we're going to be good pals again in 2022. You just wait. Konami, on the other hand, was just like, not this. Definitely not this year. And then...
But you know, like, here's the thing. Why does Konami want to go to E3 anyway? Like, you can't show off washing machines at E3.
Fair.
You can't show off... They won't let you show off pachinko machines at E3. What are you gonna do?
That's right. They would have to make a game.
You would have to make a game, Konami. You cowards. You would have to make a video game.
Man, I really respect that Doom decided to not do paid cosmetics. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Doom is a great game, and it's got such a fun aesthetic to it that, like, you know, benefits so greatly from cosmetics. Like, it is such a visual game. I feel like the important piece of Doom really is the, like, visual and tone that they set with the music and the looks. So I'm really glad that they didn't decide to be one of those.
Now, Saige,
What?
I know that they specifically said they weren't going to sell cosmetics, and that cosmetics would only be tied to player progression. But for the second time, Doom Eternal has decided to sell cosmetics.
Hey, guys. It's not hard to not do it.
At the very beginning of Doom Eternal, you might remember the game's director said, hey, there will be no store. There is no Doom Eternal store.
Yep.
You play well enough, you get all the things. We add things, you play well enough, you unlock the new things.
You can have it.
There are 2 packs you can buy right now.
Yup. There is now a store. They cost $4.99 or $8.99 respectively. Guys, stop. People are saying it's Microsoft, but this is the second time they've done it.
Yeah.
The first one, I believe, happened before the acquisition.
Yeah, and I mean, there was other stuff too, like Death and Saints in the live studio audience talks about how previously there was stuff that you could only get with the Twitch Prime sub, and some of that stuff is included in the pack. But either way, that Twitch Prime sub is paying for something.
Right.
They weren't supposed to do that.
And it's so funny too, because like he was quoted saying, Eternal is a $60 game, not a free-to-play game or a mobile game. We are giving you a complete experience with no store, just like you would expect. Unlocking skins with XP is a part of the experience. If you care about that stuff, you can, or you can completely ignore it. It'll have no impact on your experience, and it's all free. Quotes that didn't age well.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean... Look, it really sounds like they hung this dude out to dry. You know, this is the director of Doom Eternal. This was a decision that he made that he was clearly he and the team were clearly proud of. And you know, somebody up above him, either at Bethesda or at Microsoft, like somewhere, was like, here's, you know, they ran a spreadsheet and they were like, here's how much money we're leaving on the table. Let's not leave that money on the table.
I feel like maybe we should just be careful with our quotes. I feel like when you say things that are like, we're never doing that because that is garbage and we are not garbage and we are better than other games because we do not do it. And I would never do that to you.
Yeah, I mean,
trust me.
You're definitely reading, I think,
sweet little babies.
more subtext into that quote than I
sweet
think
little
there
babies.
was.
Trust me. It's me, Martin. You have to listen to me. My voice will guide you. We're a $60 game, and charging you any more than that would make us terrible, evil people, and you can beat us up if we do. That's what he said.
That's what he said. He said, if you see me on the street, you can spit on me if we make you pay for a single thing.
And now, unfortunately, it's not his fault, but that quote didn't age well.
I mean, we're journalists. We would never misquote anybody.
Right.
Wow.
Everybody saw the transcript.
Wow. At first, I thought maybe that this was Activision or Bethesda hanging him out to dry, but now I see it was his hubris that was his downfall.
It's true.
Flew too close to his son.
Yes.
Flew too close to get a gun. Get one
sock cutter, he cut socks. Two sock cutters, they cut socks. Three sock cutters, they cut socks. Four sock cutters, they... Fuck. What else we got?
Hey, Valorant. Speaking of cursing, speaking of dirty language.
How is that speaking about it? Nothing what?
Valorant is going to start recording voice chats in order to tackle hate speech.
Hell yeah, do it.
I feel weird about it, and I feel okay about it. I feel of two ways about it. Like, here's my thing. It's like when they tell you that every phone call you make is being recorded for like quality assurance or whatever.
Yes.
Like, I sort of don't like the feeling of everything being recorded, but at the same time, I know nobody is listening to all those recordings.
Sure.
You know?
Even if somebody was listening to all of those recordings, this does not bother me at all, personally. They're not recording your private chats between you and your friends. Mm-hmm. They're recording open team chat that you choose to participate in to weed out hate speech. The idea is to hopefully make people feel a little more accountable and a little more responsible for what they say, because it is being recorded if you are going to drop a racial slur at a stranger because they killed you in Valorant.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the people on TikTok? I love these. It's racist speedruns in big video games.
I've never seen this.
Where somebody will where a person of color will begin playing a popular game and they'll log on to the chat and they'll start a timer and they'll go, I'm black. And they'll see how long it takes for a racial slur to happen. And it is not long. So I understand where this is coming from. Riot acknowledges that this will pose a privacy concern for some people. But they say, hey, you could turn off voice chat.
Right.
You could use an external program to voice chat if you want to with your team.
Or you can be a private party, yeah.
But you can't. But if you're using our in-game voice chat system, we're recording it.
Right.
We're recording it. And, if somebody reports it, we're going to listen to it.
Exactly. It won't be listened to until someone reports it. And I think that's fucking great. Because there are so many times where you're oh God, the amount of people I've had to report for saying absolutely horrific thing to me in game chats that I'm positive nothing happens to. Mm-hmm. Every time somebody is just an absolute piece of shit because I'm a girl playing a game.
It's like, well, we know you say that they said it, but
right.
This, by the way, is in order to use this, in order to use any Riot games from now on, Riot is updating their privacy notice that you must agree with across every game, not just Valorant. So people are asking, does this mean that you are going to be recording voice chats in League or Wild Rift or TFT?
Good. Do it.
And Riot says, we have no plans to do that right now, but you do have to agree to this.
I hope they do. I do not see any negative to this. Why would you say anything that would be an issue for people to hear in a public voice chat?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you're sitting in a public voice chat giving out your social security number, get fucked.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't sit there and say your address. Don't sit there and I don't know.
But what if my crush finds out? Saige, what if my crush finds out I was talking about them on the Valorant? And then everybody,
and then you got reported for hate speech, and then your crush found out.
Riot tells my crush, and then my crush knows.
Oh I was talking about my crush, and then I also said a slur.
I was talking,
and then I got reported, and my crush talk was also in it.
I was talking about my crush, and Riot heard, and then in fourth period, Riot told my crush. Saige.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's great too. I do feel a little weird about everything I say being recorded, but also I don't feel a little weird about it because that's what I've chosen for my career.
Fair. And like, there are many occasions that pop up where it's like, hey, are you willing to sacrifice this very small, in no way really changing thing for you to feel like maybe discomfort or inconvenience to allow women and people of color to play video games and not be endlessly and mercilessly harassed off of them? Then like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like my sister lived in
Obviously.
England for a few years, and I was like, how do you feel about the CCTV cameras being everywhere? And she was like, I love it.
Yeah.
I was like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, do you think people are watching? She's like, there are thousands of cameras. She's like, do you think people are just watching those cameras?
No.
She's like, no.
But if something gets reported, then there is a better way to prove it. Absolutely. 100%. 10 out of 10 would take.
Speaking of toxic game communities, so there's this Rainbow Siege 6 player who's been banned for 80 times. 80 times for cheating, for unsportsmanlike conduct, for harassment of the studio and other Siege players. At one point, he impersonated an Ubisoft Montreal staff member to call Ubisoft in order to get access to his banned account. And it turns out he had all of Ubisoft Montreal swatted. When we talk about toxic gaming community, this is peak. This is peak.
How do you have that much time on your hands?
I don't know. And that's the thing is this is somebody who clearly has large issues.
Yes.
And their focus for whatever reason is Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes.
But Rainbow Six Siege is not their issue. This is somebody with issues who fixates on Rainbow Six Siege. He is charged.
Yes.
He has been charged. There's a criminal indictment in France. He had the studio swatted 2 more times over the next 2 months.
I will just, Death and Saints in the live studio audience said it's toxic, but also get wrecked Ubisoft. This has nothing to do with Ubisoft as a company. The individuals who work at Ubisoft do not deserve that.
No.
These are a bunch of people doing their job.
We don't try to get people potentially shot.
Right.
No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no,
The
no,
company, bad, terrible policy. Big, bad high-ups, totally. None of this is warranted. None of this is relevant to that.
Yeah. Speaking with the newspaper, the player denied having the studio swatted by police, but did admit to having other players' homes swatted. He was like, oh, no, I didn't do the Ubisoft one, but I did like others.
That's like having an issue with, like, Apple as a company and being like, yeah, fuck that guy who works at the Apple store.
I put a bomb in his car.
Right?
What?
You're like, what?
Why would you do that?
Apple charged too much for headphones.
I mean, depending.
They do.
You read the reviews of the headphones, though, and some people think they're worth the price. I don't know.
Anyways.
I don't know. The November 13th swatting call caused 400 people at Ubisoft Montreal to be evacuated, and reports stated that the caller claimed to be holding 40 people hostage and said they would blow up the building if not paid $2 million. They made this a huge incident.
Yep.
And the people could have gotten really, really hurt.
Like
It's so, like, I don't... You gotta have more than one hobby. You have
think
to
there's-
have more than one interest. I know there's more going on here.
Yeah.
We're talking about this guy who is huge issues, but pulling it back down, bringing it back to just like hate speech and normal amounts of hate speech and harassment in games. The standard deviation of harassment.
Don't like that.
Get more hobbies. Do more things.
Go outside.
Go outside, kid. Or just what if you played games? What if you played cutie games?
Yes, we normalize no levels of harassment. It's not normal. It's unacceptable.
What if you play cutie games? You go to therapy and you play some cutie games. Like
We love cutie games.
Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Cutie. Ni no Cutie 2. Revenant Kingdom has been rated by the ESRB for the Nintendo Switch. We knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know what's coming with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Prince Edition, which leads everybody to believe that it will include all of the game's previously released DLC, which includes The Lair of the Lost Lord and The Tale of a Timeless Tome. And Ni no Kuni is wonderful. The original Ni no Kuni came out on the Switch in 2019. It is beautiful. It has character designs by Studio Ghibli. It is a lovely little story and a beautiful little tale. And it's a great bathtub game.
Ah, it hits the bathtub game rating.
It is a bathtub game.
I haven't played the first one.
Ooh, it's good. You don't have to play the first one to play the second one.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly can. I think you should play both.
It looks cute as hell.
It's cute as hell, dog. This is a cute game.
I'm very into it.
Look at this. Ni no Kuni is it's about people from the regular world who wind up in magical fairyland.
Yeah.
And they're animals and they're knights.
Yes.
And it's good.
And the combat looks really fun as well.
It's so good.
The combat that they showed looks really fun. There is a weird amount of guns.
Yeah, dude from Earth do have gun.
But like in this scene, let me see if I can find it again.
Dude from Earth do have gun.
They both had guns in a very strange way. In this very like fantasy setting, watching people with like little handguns.
Yeah, he comes with regular gun, and then he gets fantasy gun. He's also the president.
Of course, naturally.
Ni no Kuni. Play it.
Okay. Wait for it. It's this scene that I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Earthman has gun.
And it's just this little like pew 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 pew. Like it's not like a big like fucking, you know, laser beam mystical magical
Though you
gun
can do
in the
that too
setting.
with gun.
Yes, but this one was just like, I'm just going to shoot this giant dragon bird.
Yeah, they don't have guns. Imagine in The Lord of the Rings if you gave Frodo a gun. Frodo would have wrecked shop, dude. You got all these wizards everywhere trying to do shit. People got swords. You got Legolas has got to like, I'm gonna get him. No, give Frodo a gun. Hey, everyone, give the hobbits guns.
Somebody did that re-edit of Harry Potter where they all had guns.
Yeah, you solve that shit if you've got a gun.
Yeah. Right. Voldemort's just done. Also, in
Evil
the
Snake Man Noseless Wizard comes for you?
there's also guns in the better telling of Harry Potter, written by somehow less of an offensive person, My Immortal.
That's true.
Look, My Immortal's problematic. I think it's less problematic than Harry Potter.
Yeah, because it's very understanding and sexually permissive.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it lets people be who they are.
Yeah.
And then, gun.
Yeah. Look, it's got some issues, no doubt, but it's like, it's more queer friendly than Harry Potter is.
Look. Just, everybody please tweet at Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
And say, give Bilbo a gun. Please let's get the director's cut where Bilbo has a gun.
Also, who would you want to direct a live action My Immortal?
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about, but I do want to talk about.
Okay.
Number one, this is Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend.
Right. We talked about this last week. We know in this house we do not simp for billionaires.
No, and we certainly don't. We don't think Elon Musk is very funny.
We are actively anti-billionaires.
And he did tweet some things that show, oh yeah, dude's not funny.
Yeah. I mean,
these are. I'm slowly easing us into the real story.
Okay, let's start here.
But I'd like to start here with these.
For a minute, it was just a close-up on the face.
Yeah, that's the Ni no Kuni character's
Right.
reaction to Elon Musk hosting SNL. Throwing out some skit ideas for SNL. What should I do?
As if he gets to pitch sketches.
Oh, all hosts get to pitch sketches. All hosts get to pitch.
You think they're letting Elon Musk?
They let
write a
every
sketch?
host pitch sketches. Whether they do it to be polite or they
They're
are
not
actually
letting
taking
Elon-
those
they're
ideas.
not letting Elon Musk.
Everybody gets to pitch
They're not letting
sketches.
him write a sketch. Anyways.
Irony Man defeats villains using the power of irony.
Boo.
Baby Shark and Shark Tank merge to form Baby Shark Tank.
This is less funny than those wacky packages cards that all obnoxious 10-year-olds collected in the 90s.
I can't wait for him to sit in front of the SNL writers' room and bring up Baby Shark Tank. I can't. Bless you. Bless you.
I can't bless you.
I can't.
I can't do it.
I can't bless you. I can't wait. I can't wait. In other Elon Musk news, while we're thinking about that.
Let's get it done so we can get away from Elon Musk.
Oh, but this is the
I know.
This is an Elon Musk and Jay Beezy story.
Our
So,
two least favorite people.
SpaceX had a lunar lander contract with NASA. That was going through. They were going to help out with the next lunar lander. NASA has had to halt that contract because this is a $2.9 billion contract. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin has filed a complaint with the Government Accountability Office saying that NASA and their bidding process was unreasonably favorable towards SpaceX and carried out a flawed acquisition by awarding the contract to them.
It's not fair. You like SpaceX better.
I don't like that NASA likes Elon's space company better than my space company.
I have money in space too. You have to give me equal amount of space.
So what this basically means is SpaceX will now have to wait before the contract is finalized because the Government Accountability Office has to look into this. And of course, why would NASA, this is so weird, why would NASA go with SpaceX? Even though SpaceX has proved themselves 100 times more than Blue Origin has worked with NASA like a million times at this point, understands all of the processes and procedures way better than Blue Origin does.
Yep.
Wah, no, try us now.
Right.
Wait, so now
It's our turn to space.
we just got SpaceX to the point where their shit is working with our shit over 10 years, and now you want us to do that with
No,
you?
it's our turn to space.
So they have to.
I want it.
And
Daddy.
I want to go to space. I want my lunar lander. Until the complaints
I want to colonize Mars.
Until the complaints are settled, funding won't be distributed to the company, and that means the lunar lander project is delayed. There will be no new lunar
Because
lander
we're having
project.
a billionaire pissing contest about who gets to colonize areas of space first. Hey, as we love to say so often, as at least I do, fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
Hey, JBZ, get wrecked.
Now seems like an excellent time to remind you. We're on Twitch. Awkward. Owned by...
You hate capitalism, and yet you seem to
Right.
participate in it.
Yes, we are owned by Amazon. They don't pay us anything to
We're
do
not. The
this.
platform is.
We are not.
Our show is not.
We are not, no. But no one pays us to do this. No one. And look, your subscriptions, kind of you. So appreciated. The Beezy takes half of that.
Oh, the Beezy takes it.
Oh, the Beezy takes half of it. And he giggles while he does it.
He's like,
And he puts it towards his rocket competition.
he puts it towards his big boy rocket competition, sitting on the deck of the Flying Fox, his $100 million yacht, which he swears he doesn't own. We know you own it.
So with that in mind, as it is the 3rd of the month and it's the first show of the month, we have a new donation goal running. This just helps us to like keep the show running.
Look.
Buy things that we need to for bits.
It's a number.
Fix things when we break them repeatedly.
It's something I can understand.
Maybe get a little Starbucks after the show so we eat.
It's not a snowman. It's not a weird pachinko game. It's not some sort of a strange Irish coffee glass. It's a number that I understand.
And like 97% of that, because PayPal fees, goes to your hosts. That's it. Nothing else. It doesn't go to even Pixel Circus as a like channel. It just goes to us being able to buy Starbucks and fix the things that we break on our own equipment all the time.
We break a lot of shit.
We do break a lot of shit. So with that in mind, if you're able to contribute, great. Or if you have your Twitch Prime, you can use that on us. And that personally takes $2.50 out of the Beezy's pocket.
Because he was going to pocket all that money.
Oh, he was.
He was going to take all $5.
Yeah. And yeah, those poor mics being abused. Yeah, one of them got knocked over on Friday, and it was a real close call.
It was a real close call.
Kurt, thank you.
Real
so
close
much.
call.
G Soto said for snowman.
It's not a snow.
you.
It's not a snowman. Big Marvel Studios.
Yeah, we can talk about the Marvel
news.
Y'all, we got so much Marvel news this morning.
Marvel released a 3.5-minute video.
Yes, they did.
That was called. It was called for Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movies. And it was all Marvel Studios' favorite 1940s screwball comedies. They celebrated all the movies they've ever loved. Bringing Up Baby was there. Arsenic and Old Lace was there. The Philadelphia Story was there. But also, Lil Pickles, it was mostly celebrating Marvel movies.
Yes.
And in addition to showing us stuff that happened over the last 10 years, they showed us some new stuff.
I just wanted it.
There's our girl.
That's such a good scene. I'm going to mute that real quick. But
There's our girl.
I love this scene this shot so much.
Boom.
Get it. This is what we deserve.
I love David Harbour going to the Taskmaster.
So we got a little bit of Black Widow. I'm not sure if there was
wasn't really
anything that we hadn't
new.
seen.
Maybe a couple of these,
a
couple of these
tiny
inserts.
bit.
But we got our first actual look at the Eternals. There is Eternals footage.
Okay. I also,
I think
that was
video.
all Shang-Chi that we had seen. Okay.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Eternals.
Look at it.
It's real.
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's real. It's happening. November 5th, 2021.
Kumail Nanjiani worked on that 8-pack for a reason.
We're going to try and show not much of this. Obviously, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor Love and Thunder. Black Panther 2 got a title.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. That's exciting. July 8th, 2022.
The Marvels. Captain Marvel 2 is called The Marvels. Now, let's just take a moment. That means Captain Marvel. That means Miss Marvel, who we are about to meet on Disney Plus, will be joining from her series, but also Monica Rambeau.
Yes!
Spectrum.
Yes!
From WandaVision will be there. The freaking Marvels.
The Marvels, everybody! So very exciting. I'm really pumped about that. I really loved the setup for Spectrum.
Yes.
I enjoyed that very, very much. So I'm excited to see it.
What else we get?
And Monica Rambeau has had so many different like iterations and possibilities. We got Ant-Man and the Wasp.
We got February 17th for Quantumania.
And we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 for May 5th. And then, what's this?
May the 5th be with you.
That's it.
That's
Look
what
at
they say.
they didn't
That's
say
it.
anything there.
Is it? Does it have a title?
Look
does
how
it have
quickly it passes.
Does it have a date? Does it have anything? No. But it is coming. It is
and then back
coming.
to Shang-Chi because that's excellent combat. in this house, we love the Fantastic Four so much.
Love the Fantastic Four.
So much. Thank you all for the kind
Fantastic
support.
Four.
We do. I wish we had a date. I do. I would love a date.
They've put a logo up in a big release. It's official. They can't wiggle out of it.
Right,
They
it
have
has
to
to
give us the
happen.
Fantastic Four now.
You're exactly right. They have to give it to us. And like, you know, there are a lot of companies that I'd be like, yeah, they'd put that in there and then potentially cancel the project.
And just forget
Marvel
about it?
would not.
No.
Marvel absolutely would not.
I cannot wait for the Fantastic Four.
Same. But we're going to have to, probably for a very long time, considering we've got dates
That's
through the end of 2022.
That's 2024 at least. At least. We're 3 years away from Fantastic Four at least.
Which is a bummer, but we're still very excited.
What if they release it on 4/4/24?
Whoa. That's a long time away, and that'd be a bummer, but yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Taika Waititi does a lot of good Marvel.
He does a lot of good Marvel. He does a lot of good everything.
Pretty much everything Taika Waititi does is excellent. And Taika Waititi is going to be playing Blackbeard in HBO Max's Our Flag Means Death, which is very interesting.
So you think about this, like Taika Waititi, Rhys Darby, you know, they've worked on stuff before, What We Do in the Shadows, Flight of the Conchords. This is them taking that energy and doing Pirates for HBO Max.
Yes.
Into it.
Yes. So into it. He was already confirmed to executive produce and direct the pilot.
Great.
Which is my favorite course of like...
It's
my favorite Taika Waititi arc.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, oh, come and direct it for us. Come and write it for us. You know, do whatever.
And he's like, yeah. But also maybe I'm a rock man. Also maybe I'm Blackbeard. I don't know.
God. This is going to be excellent. I'm so excited.
If you are familiar with pirate lore, this is the story of Stede Bonnie, or Stede Bonnet, who like was this like he's sort of like a Guybrush Threepwood-esque sort of character. He's basically like this fancy aristocrat who kind of gets like becomes a pirate.
Yeah.
And it's about him like moving from the aristocracy to piracy, and it's just gonna be so good. Gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. I can't name a thing Taika Waititi's done that I didn't like, not just like love.
Or Rhys Darby, in all honesty. Can't think of a single thing Rhys Darby's been in where I'm not like, hell yeah, that's great.
I can't think of anything.
They're so good.
They're so good. What an excellent combo. Sometimes, like, and even seeing this too, I was like, Taika Waititi's doing such big things. That's huge that he's like, yeah, I'll be in this HBO Max show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, he showed up for an episode of What We Do in the Shadows.
Right.
Anything
Well, yeah,
he's
he has a
involved
lot of
in.
involvement, yeah.
Anything he's involved in, he's gonna pop into.
Right. But I just feel like What We Do in the Shadows did predate a lot of his like really, really big film success.
I mean,
Like it was a kickstart for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But What We Do in the Shadows predated Thor, right?
No, the series? No.
No?
He was already
It was post Thor?
He was already a big boy then.
I just feel like What We Do in the Shadows has been around for so long. That's interesting. Probably because of the movie.
Probably because of the movie, yeah.
But it's good to see. I also enjoy watching the gap between television and film slowly disappear. That's good.
That's good. Speaking of which, Demon Slayer. We got more Demon Slayer news. We got more Demon Slayer box office news. It's overtaken Mortal Kombat.
Hell yeah.
Demon Slayer has now earned more than Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's dope.
And remember, Demon Slayer opened on half the screens
Yup.
that Mortal Kombat did.
Yup.
Motherfucking Demon Slayer. But I do wonder, and I'm not the person trying to put water on this fire of anime that is in our hearts. If everybody wasn't afraid to go to the movies, would Mortal Kombat have done better than Demon Slayer, do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because
either.
like, where was Demon Slayer available? Because like Demon Slayer was here in select theaters. Yeah, maybe. I think there would have been a lot more casual Mortal Kombat watching.
Yeah.
Because like you're not really going to casually see Mortal Kombat. You'd have to be a pretty big fan to go risk the panini to see Mortal Kombat in theaters.
Yeah, I think it would have had a big first week, and there would have been some drop off, but I think it would have had a much larger first week than Demon Slayer, because they were within like $2 million of one another.
Yeah.
But I think Mortal Kombat could have opened stronger. It could have opened around like 40 mil.
Yeah. I think that the casual fan would be more likely to see Mortal Kombat than like somebody who doesn't know Demon Slayer is going to go see Demon Slayer. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't have any personal vested interest in Mortal Kombat, but I could go see this Mortal Kombat movie. I think that not as many people would do that for Demon Slayer, even though I think they should.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like to think, this is all hypothetical, and like I said, I'm not trying to take the wind out of the anime sales. I'd like to think that Demon Slayer would win. I just think it's an interesting thought experiment, and I hope it will lead to more stuff like this getting theatrical releases and wider theatrical
Give
releases.
us bigger theatrical releases for anime movies, please.
Please.
Hey, there was actually one more piece of Marvel news.
Oh yeah, there is.
We had a little more Marvel news. We got some set pictures from Miss Marvel and Hawkeye series.
Wow.
And they look pretty good.
They do look pretty good. There's our Miss Marvel. Very cool.
Yeah,
Love that.
absolutely. Let's click and open these photos a little larger so you can see them. The costume's really interesting.
The costume is so good.
It's really good.
I love it. I love it. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
got
awesome.
it's got just enough like I made this at home,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
where you wonder if she won't eventually wind up, you know, like everybody in Marvel eventually gets an upgrade.
Oh man, somebody beat up Jeremy Renner.
Oh, what a bummer. Oh, what a bummer. That's somebody finally just punched Jeremy Renner for his that's not Hawkeye related, and that's not makeup.
Yeah.
That's just somebody punched Jeremy Renner for being Jeremy Renner. They got a picture of the wrong Hawkeye on set. That's all I've got to say about that. Though I do like that it's moving sort of into a mix between the MCU and the sort of Matt Fraction, David Aja costume.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool. It looks like they're going to be leaning a little bit more on the good Hawkeye shit. Although, like, hey, just introduce Kate, and then like, I want the end of the first episode of Hawkeye to be like Clint giving Kate a fucking bow, and then just walking away, being like, I gotta go throw a lady into a pit or whatever. Bye. Bye. See, here's the thing. Somebody in the live extremes in the live studio audience is saying I couldn't care less for Hawkeye. And like,
Yes.
I get it. The MCU has definitely made that happen.
Yeah, because Jeremy Renner sucks.
Because Jeremy Renner.
And the way that they portrayed Hawkeye sucks.
Yep. But Hawkeye in the comics, ugh. Love Hawkeye. Love Hawkeye. He's just a dude who's constantly out of his depth and trying his best. And I love that. And I love Kate. You're going to love Kate. If you're unfamiliar with Kate, whew, she's amazing. She's such a good character. And when she takes over as Hawkeye, we're all going to cheer.
I would like to point out that we don't know that this series is really about her. We know she's in it, but we are hoping that it is about her.
She's going to hand it off.
We're hoping he hands it off in like episode 1.
There are, you know, they operate in tandem in the comics. There are two Hawkeyes, much like there are two Spider-Mans. Spider's Man.
I don't want it.
Spider. But she's the cool one, and I have a feeling she's going to be the focus of the series. I want to talk about... when my worlds collide, and when you see things that you don't expect, and they just unexpectedly bring you so much joy.
Let's talk about it.
Terry Crews,
Yes.
Old Spiceman,
Yes, of course.
and of course Captain Terry Jeffords from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
We don't glorify cops, but we do enjoy the cast of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Certainly.
Tweeted why?
What happened?
Why?
What happened?
Tweeted this. Whoa. Can we please take a moment to talk about the fact that Terry Crews loves Earthbound
I wants to play Mother 3.
probably maybe as much as I love Earthbound? Could that be possible?
Yeah.
That Terry Crews?
The title recently celebrated its 15-year anniversary, so a lot of people have been like, hey, can we have it? 15 years later, do you think that maybe we could have that game? We would like to play it in English so we can play it?
They're just like us. Celebrities. They're just like us. Of course, a Mother 3 fan translation has existed forever.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a ROM, you can get a patch, you can play Mother 3. It's very good. Nintendo officially admitted exists in the West. Bring it out over here, you cowards.
Let us have it.
Bring it over here.
Yeah.
Put it on the fucking Switch. All you have to do is you release a GBA ROM for the Switch and charge me $50 for it.
Oh, 100%.
I will buy it from you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do anything.
Nope.
You don't have to change it in any way.
Nope.
I will buy it from you.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I'm an idiot.
I think that sounds great. I would love that.
Let's go.
I would love that.
Terry Crews is on our side, everyone.
And that's something you can carry with you today.
We're all flying to Kyoto. Terry Crews is paying for it. We're going to storm Nintendo.
Hey,
He's going to get those men into a headlock with his giant basketball biceps.
still not going to encourage violence on people who work on games.
He's going to get them in a headlock and he's going to smooch the top of their heads until they give him Mother 3.
Okay. That's something. While we're in Japan, can we go see this giant squid?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Why wouldn't we? What happened? What happens? Is it just statue?
It is. It's just a statue. And according to Yahoo News Japan, a local government in a city in Japan received millions of yen due to the impact of COVID-19 because other countries are recovering from the pandemic much better than we are. And they chose to use it to revitalize something in the city and give a tourist attraction to the city. And what they chose to do was build this giant squid monument to entice tourists to come to the area.
I love that. That's so old school.
It cost 25 million yen, or 228,000 US dollars. The money that they were given was part of a rural revitalization project to help the countryside in the wake of the virus.
I'm going.
Yeah,
It worked.
absolutely.
I would make fun of it, except that it's $228,000 well spent because I'm going to go climb inside that weird giant squid hole.
Yes. Yeah, the whole part is weird.
The whole part is weird. I'm going to climb inside of it. And I want everybody to know that.
I've got a video of it.
Of somebody climbing into the hole?
Yeah, just of the squid.
Okay. Climb into the hole, though. Somebody needs to
I mean,
do it.
I can't tell you they're definitely not going to, but we do get a better idea of the scale.
This is so fascinating to me. This feels like such an old school thing to do. It's like, come see the world's largest rocking chair.
Yeah.
Come see like the world's largest ball
You
of
got to be
twine.
able to crawl in
Get
there.
in the hole.
Oh.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Oh, they started backing up. Hold on. Maybe they'll...
You can see your death in it. You'll see if you look directly into the hole of the squid, it shows you how you'll die.
They're not getting in that hole.
For 228, that's what they spent all the money on.
They're not getting
Is when you get in the hole, it shows you how you're going to die.
We do get real close up on the eyes. There have been questions among locals on whether or not this was necessary or even effective PR for Noto.
I'm going to Noto now. Hey, if you're listening, locals,
We're coming to Noto.
I'm coming to Noto.
We're gonna go climb in that squid hole.
Where is Noto in relation to Kyoto? Because
What's the travel?
I'm heading with my buddy Terry Crews to Kyoto for a
Uh-huh.
business trip.
Yep.
And if Noto is, not too far out of the way,
Yeah. Just stop by a Noto. It is a total of 29 feet across, 13 feet high, and over 42 feet long. you believe it?
Yeah.
Could y'all vaguely see Dagger for a second?
I was gonna go to it, but I don't visit any statue that's under 50 feet.
We would love a whole diameter. They did not provide that.
Whole diameter.
They did not list that on this Kotaku article. And I believe that's everything we have time for today. So thank you so much for starting your morning with us. We appreciate it so much.
Would you like to see Dagger's new haircut and cool Hawaiian shirt?
They've been asking for it through the whole show.
Oh, he knows I'm coming for him. He hates it.
Let's do some thank yous while he gets Dagger. Samu Slamu, thank you so much for that, Dono. Y'all have some great vibes. Why, thank you. You too have some great vibes. Oh.
Stamp 1646 with 500 bits. Love you too. And Bad Batch releases tomorrow. That's true.
It's
very
true.
Excited.
Leah McDonald, of course, with the $5 said, enjoy that sugar breakfast.
Woo.
C. Bells with the $10. Son of Orpheus with $10 said, for my monthly news subscription. Davey Dave Boy said, a treat for Dapper Dagger.
So dapper.
Loki Sam 0788 with the $3. Thank you all for supporting the start of our donation goal for the month. Like we said, we're a totally independent channel. This helps us to eat breakfast sometimes. 54 Aqua Snakes, thank you for the bits. We appreciate that. Getting Mo Done, gifting 5 subs to the community. Independence Mike with that Twitch Prime sub, taking $2.50 personally
Suck it,
out of
Beezy.
Beezy's pocket. G Soda with $3.33 for Snowman, and Kurt with $25. So appreciated. Son of Orpheus still dropped a bit and said Kobe.
Kobe.
Even though we do not have a basket up, and I think we should. Thank you for the follows from Church, Reinhardt, Joker, 1989G, Samu Slamu with the sub, Mike GM with the follow, XX The Factor XX, Franka Bayuk, I can read, Liz Earl, I Cove with the follow, Ross Teffer, Wordy FL. Thank you for those follows. Akoto Roku, a re-up in that sub for the 8th month. ESPN 8, the
Ocho.
Alonzo with that resub for 8 months. Son of Orpheus with that resub for 8 months. Hey, it must be about that time where we're coming up on our making affiliate anniversary, because we know these are day one BBs.
Those are the day one BBs.
Yes. Halcyon Cheshire, thank you. Lost Process, we appreciate the follows. And just now, I want to say Baphomet.
Blamit or Blame T or
For no
Blurf.
reason.
Probably
BL
Blurf.
Format.
Probably Blurf.
Probably Blurf. Hey, thank you for using your Twitch Prime sub on us. Thank you for taking $2.50 out of Jeff Bezos' pocket.
Thank you for paying for my good son's
Give me the boy.
classy
Come to
wardrobe.
me. Oh, a struggle.
And listen, money's weird, and we know money's weird. It's a construct, and it doesn't mean anything. If you'd like to help, well, you've already done that. We make a show so people will watch it and enjoy it, and if you're watching and enjoying, you're doing everything we could have ever dreamed. But if you'd like to help us spread the word about the show a little bit, why not tell people about it? Why not send people a link to it? Why not make a GIF or a clip? We love that shit. We love it.
We do.
We repost the episode every day on YouTube.
Yeah, so if you miss it,
if you miss it, you want to send that YouTube link to somebody, that'd be great. And of course, we'd love it if you came and hung out with us in the Discord.
it's true. There'll be a link to the Discord in chat. You can jump in there. And hey, you can also go follow us on the internet. Anthony, where can they find you?
I am everywhere at a Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. And you can also listen to my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata. It comes out every Friday. It's called We Have Concerns, and that's at wehaveconcerns.com. This week, we talk about a crime spree perpetrated by birds, and also a just confused man who built a giant cruise ship to battle climate change.
Makes perfect sense. Tracks to me. And you can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. What day is it? Monday?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after this, I'm heading to go play Board AF on the Smosh Games channel.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we are celebrating Star Wars Day a little bit early. So we're playing some Star Wars themed games for May the 3rd be with you.
May the 3rd be with you.
Of course. So join us over there at 3 p.m. Pacific. And then when I get home from that, I'll be live on my channel. I'm all over the place. You can also find me all the time here on this channel. We do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We also have D&D on the weekends. Hey, there's a special panel coming up, moderated by Anthony Carboni this Friday. This Friday?
Yep.
this Friday, I knew that, where we are having all of the GMs who have contributed their wonderful creative to our channel talking about and answering your questions.
It's going to be very good. It's 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Do also want to let you little BBs know that there will be no show on Friday or Monday. This Friday and next Monday, there will be no show. Be aware. Be prepared. Don't be scared.
No need to hide when it's dark outside.
We will come back.
Thunder
we will
and
return.
lightning ain't so frightening.
We'll see you on Wednesday because that's still happening.
Yes.
And until then, thank you so much, BBs.
Bye, baby.
Bye, BBs.